Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a long time since I made a video because I haven't really had much to talk about, and I've kind of just been, it was towards the end of my pregnancy and I was just waiting to give birth, and so we have a special guest. He's probably going to be in most of my videos now, but I call him Nunu. That's his nickname, but his real name is Keanu James, as most of you probably know. And so I had a lot of people asking me to make a video talking about the birthing experience and how it's been being a mom the past couple of days. So I'll just start from the beginning. So funny story, most of you probably know, but I went to the hospital a couple times before I actually went into birth. So like I think a week before and a couple days before. So the week before I thought my water broke because I was like leaking liquid, and my doctor was like, we called her and we told her, and she was like, going to the hospital, it might be amniotic fluid. So we go in, and sadly enough it wasn't. I was really hoping to give birth before Father's Day so that Cole could be an actual father when it was Father's Day, so but that didn't happen. Anyway, they sent me home. I was dilated to a 3, which I had been for a couple of weeks. I was dilated to a 3 since 36 weeks, and he was born 38, almost 39. And so I think a couple days goes by and I was having like contractions, so I was like, okay, this might be it. So I go in and they were like, no, you're still 3. And so that was also really sad because I was in a lot of pain and I thought that was it, but it wasn't it. And they sent me home, and then the night that I woke up, it was like 3:30 or something. I woke up and I didn't my water didn't break in my bed. I kind of just felt like, I woke up and I just felt like I needed to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom and I went to go pee, and just, it like, I really don't know how to explain it. Like, a lot of people, like, women try to explain it like their water breaking. It's definitely not like it is in the movies. Maybe for some women it is, but for me, it was like, it wasn't like it all just broke out. It didn't all break out once and just kept going. It broke a little bit, and I was like, oh, it's probably me just peeing. And then I kept having like gushes of water coming out, and I knew that wasn't me peeing myself because it wasn't pee. It was clear, and also I couldn't control it at all. So I went and woke Koa up, and then he texted my mom, and then Koa couldn't go with me at the time. I could only take my mom. So I grabbed my bag, my hospital bag, and we left. And we got to the hospital around 4, I think it was. Yeah, 4, and my contractions hadn't started, and I was still just at 3, but my water did break. So I was sitting in the exam room for like an hour, and then they admitted me, and I went to my hospital room and kind of just hung out there for a little while, and then the contractions started, and they were going to give me medicine so that the contractions could start, but they started on their own, which was really good that I didn't need the medicine. My body was doing it itself. So we kind of just let that play out, and they started getting really intense. The beginning wasn't that bad. It just felt like period cramps, but they got really bad, and I was sitting there, I was trying to breathe. I was like, it hurt pretty bad. I never really got period cramps before I got pregnant either, so it was kind of a whole new world for me. So good luck to everyone that has to go through that, but it is worth it. Yeah, it is worth it. And so after the contractions had started, they started giving me pain meds, and it was like, I was high. I was pretty high. I'll show you guys a video at the end of this of me. I took a video. I was doing my makeup actually while I was high, while I just got pain meds, which it turned out looking okay, so that's fine. Anyway, and so then after I got the pain meds, like an hour went by. I was waiting for the anesthesiologist to come put in the epidural, but he was in a C-section at the time, so I had to wait, and an hour went by, and then the pain meds kind of wore off, and I started hurting a lot more, so they shot more drugs into me, and I was high again. And then right then the anesthesiologist came in and gave me the epidural, and I don't think for me, it just felt like a little pinch, but it was probably because I was high. I didn't feel it as much, which that's what I wanted. I wanted meds right before I got the epidural so that didn't hurt as much, because for some people I heard that it hurt really bad, for others it wasn't as much. Just because the contractions were already hurting so much, I think that's why it didn't feel as bad for me. Anyway, anyway, after I got the epidural, it started working pretty quickly. Immediately, like, the contraction stopped hurting, but it took a little while for it to make my legs actually numb. And let me tell you, it was the weirdest thing ever. It just felt like my legs were super heavy and fat, and I like couldn't lift them, and it actually kind of like scared me. I felt like paralyzed, and I don't know, it scared me. It felt really weird, that's all I have to say. And then my body kept dilating on its own. I didn't need any medication, and I dilated all the way to a 10. And then around like 3, I think I gave birth to him at 20. Koa came in the room and bugged me. Anyway, and so I gave birth to him at 3:20. So like I said, my body dilated to a 10 by itself, and that was good. I didn't think I was going to. I thought I was going to have to get more medication, but the medication was like lined up for me, and then and then the nurse came in, and the weird thing is like you're obviously like paralyzed from the waist down, so like you don't feel it, so you don't know, but then you start feeling this really weird pressure in your butt, and you feel like you have to poop really bad, but that's just your baby trying to come out. So I called the nurse and I was like, I feel like I have to poop, and yep, and then she checked me, and she was like, oh, you're 2:10, let me get Lisa, which is my doctor. And so and so she went and got Lisa, and then I began pushing. I think I pushed for an hour or so, maybe less than that, but I pushed between you still have contractions whether or not you feel them, so I was pushing during each contraction, and then I had like a minute break, so I'd sit there, and then the contraction would come on again, and then I would push, and I pushed 3 times. So I would push for 10 seconds, and then I would breathe, and then push for 10 seconds, and I would breathe, and then I'd push for 10 more seconds every time there's a contraction, and then I'd wait a minute, and then I'd repeat it. And I didn't feel him come out since he was really small, which was good. It was good for me. Anyway, he came out, and he was crying when he came out, and that was super, I don't want to say cute, but it was good, because like I knew he was like alive, and he was awake, and he was alert. And then they put him on me after he was born, and then we kind of just sat there for a minute, and I just held him, and he stopped crying after a little while. And then after that all kind of died down, I fed him. So I forgot to mention also, most women tear when they give birth, like down there, and I tore a little bit, but not enough to get stitches, but they gave me 1 stitch just to help with the bleeding, and so far it's worked really well. I haven't had that much pain. Sometimes I have pain like when I'm walking or something, but when you breastfeed or when you pump, you get like, I don't know why, but you get cramps, not really bad cramps, but you get cramps. Like I said, I don't know why, but I get those every time that I pump. I was gonna breastfeed him, but I decided not to because it was hurting really bad, so then I just decided to pump. And I sometimes give him formula, but he really likes the bottle, so that's what we did. But like I said earlier, I'm gonna add a video of me doing my makeup in the hospital, and I think I have another video of me just laying down in the bed. So yeah. After things kind of settled down, we called Koa, and I think it was around it was 2 hours after I gave birth. They weighed him, and they kind of cleaned him up, and we put some clothes on him and stuff, and then Koa was able to come in and hold him, and yeah, just spend time together as a family. And like I mentioned this on my Instagram, but we were there for 2 nighs, which I was super upset at the beginning. I did not want to stay another night because I wasn't getting any sleep there. It was just, they had to keep coming in to test his blood sugar, and so I was just not able to sleep well. But then the next day, me and Koa, we were like, yeah, I'm glad we stayed another night because the second night was really rough, and yeah, I was glad we were at the hospital for that night. And then so far he's been sleeping really good. He's had some nights where not that great, but most of the time he sleeps pretty good and he's eating really good. When he was born, he was 5 pounds, 12 ounces, and he's now 5 pounds, 15.5 ounces, which they just consider him 6 pounds, which is really good. He's gained weight, hasn't lost weight. When he was first born, they weighed him the day that we left and he had lost an ounce, but it was okay. And I mentioned this in my Instagram also, about the jaundice. So when we were there, I think it's normal for babies to have like a little bit of jaundice, but he got tested for jaundice. His numbers were kind of high. He was in like the high intermediate something. I don't know. His number was a little bit high, so that's why they kind of kept us there. But we went and got retested and everything's fine, so we don't have to go back and we don't have to like do the light therapy, or yeah, they do like a light therapy to help the jaundice. So yeah, so I think that's it about my birth story and what my life's kind of been like the past couple days. I am really tired. Today's like, I put makeup on today, so I'm feeling kind of good about myself, but yeah, my body, I overall feel really good, just besides being tired, and my body's starting to bounce back. I've lost most of the baby weight, the baby fat, but there's still kind of a little bump, which is just my uterus, I think, as of right now, or all the fat that I gained during pregnancy. But can you get rid of that once I can start working out, which I don't know when that is, but I'll probably have to ask. But thank you for watching, and if you guys have any more questions, feel free to DM me or ask me, or if you want me to make another YouTube video explaining something else, just go ahead and ask me. I'd love to. So bye guys.
Oh, you did? It only went through on my phone. It only showed that you would call once or maybe twice. I think is what it showed. That was it.
Imagine the peace of mind that would bring you. Green light.
Yeah. Well, we were playing games, so we were like bugging each other not to be on our phones, so we all kind of put our phones to the side, and then yeah, and then I saw that I better let her know that there's no progress, that I'm going to bed anyway. So yeah. Last time I looked, they were 4.
Book direct at choicehotels.com. You can save money on your down payment.
It's kind of hard to tell right now because she went to the bathroom. So it's yeah.
I'm recording this.
Oh, you are.
It's currently 7 a.m. I got here like 3 hours ago. I just got drugs.
It's Quinn's birthday today, so he'll have the same birthday as
They're gonna share the birthday. How do you know that?
How do I know it's his birthday? Because I just know.
I was like wondering if you like texted Kara or something.
Well, I have texted her, but I just know it's.
My mom told everybody. I'm really not that drugged. I just feel better, so At first I was really drugged, but
30 seconds on the clock. We asked Tamara. My favorite Reese's food is blank. I got this.
whoa.
Cookie word Reese's food are top 7 answers. Go.
French fries, hamburgers, pizza, nachos, cheesesteak, Oreo cookies, onion rings,
This is a lot harder than it looks.
cookies, fat cheese,
There we go.
French cheese,
Shoot.
cheese,
Melanie, you know your way around Reese's foods, I'll tell you that much. Something to be proud of. Fantastic answers. 5 correct. That brings you all the way up to 500 points in your first round. Hello. Welcome to the show. My favorite Reese's food is FC Tennessee. Mondo, can you pull those down? I'll let you keep guessing until you're wrong. Speaker. We're going to start with the FC, and we're going to say fried chicken. Yeah. I'm sure a thing like this has never had Reese's food, so
Oh shoot.
go is MC fried chicken. Alright, your opponents had a little more trouble with the long C. What do you think you can try? We're just gonna shoot out there. We're
Haha, they're coming.
She's putting makeup on.
I feel
The
better.
important thing.
You know, pretty soon there's gonna be a lot of pictures. You wanna make sure you look really good.
Yeah. Boy, and I feel good right now, so. Oh.
So the medication we gave you worked really well.
Yeah, I mean, I still feel contractions, but like I feel better, so.
Okay. So we may have to do, if it starts to come back, we may have to do it one more time before anesthesia can come in here because they're doing a C-section right now.
Oh, okay.
Let us know.
Oh.
Okay.
Do they just stand there during the C-section? Is that part of it?
Anesthesia manages the.
Is that one of your patients getting a C-section? Oh.
So I'm gonna assist the surgeon. He needs to assist, so I'll go. Anesthesia, I don't know how to say this. They're the ones that keep you alive while you're in surgery. How else do you say that? Like the, the surgeon does the work, but the anesthesia is keep making sure that your breathing's okay and all that, your heart rate and your blood pressure. They're doing all that stuff. You need a picture of this. About that breathing.
I should actually. You're right.
This is gonna be difficult to put on mascara.
The important things. No, I didn't care one lick if I had, but we're all so different.
Yeah.
Maybe her second one she won't care as much.
But my first, I think I deliberately took off all my makeup.
Well, yeah,
So
because you're so
You're worried you're gonna be crying or, you know,
She's like, huh?
She looks
I am.
I've ever had on my life singing groups like this.
She did cry when, or no, her eyes just watered when they did we didn't really shoot the test.
Oh my gosh, that isn't it so uncomfortable?
Well, I've never had it.
Honest, no, my eyes was just watering because I was closing my eyes.
And it goes close to your.
Yeah, and then we go straight back. It's the back of the nasopharynx.
Oh, so the flu goes up, right?
Yeah, technically both the same space, like
Oh,
behind
it
the
is?
nose and to the mouth, all is one big space, and you have to hit the back of it.
And they kept it in there forever. Why would you do that?
Oh, I think that it just you have to have it 10 or 15 seconds or something.
Oh,
Has to be
you
down
do?
there, yeah. I know. So if we'll get the results back. Obviously, I don't think she'll test positive, but if she does, they'll recommend certain things like that when she breastfeeds, she wears a mask because she's less likely to give it to the baby. They will not force you to be separated from the baby even if she's positive, but they'll talk about something.
So it is currently, it's noon. I've been here since 4 a.m. I had my epidural and I got pain meds. And I'm sitting here watching Cash Cab. I'm dilated to 7, so should be here within an hour or 2. So now we're just waiting.